Well, what is going on, everybody? Welcome everybody into the last edition of the Hump Day Hotline before the NFL season is somewhat officially upon us. It is so good to have every one of you. Hump Day Hotline on the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network. My name is Joe Miller. You can find me on Twitter at Joe Miller Wired. I'm one of the hosts of this year's show, and that guy sitting next to me is
Jay Spence, the King. What is going on, Joe? How's it going?
I am doing fantastic. I told you a funny personal story before the show started, so hopefully I got us a little bit loose as I got in trouble, got my hand slapped 4 times.
Yep. Hey, but you know what? Like Bill Belichick says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
That's right. That's exactly right. Even though I was more of an
that sounds very vague. That sounds so bad that there's no context to that, so we should probably just move on. But
it's so good to have everybody with us. We are excited to be back with you for this, the first episode where we actually have a roster. I don't think the roster is finalized, right? But we've got an official roster. Welcome to everybody who is showing up in the comment section on YouTube. It's good to have every single one of you. Welcome to everybody that's going to listen to this in podcast form on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is. We have a long stretch, though, before Bills football happens. You know what I'm looking forward to, though? I'm looking forward to the Bills playing on Monday Night Football because it gives us Thursday night to savor the NFL being back. It gives us all of Sunday to savor the NFL being back. And then, it's us, baby. We're on the pedestal.
You know what? Last year was nice, though, to be Thursday, to be the first game. And then that way, you get the win and you're all, all your emotions are all gone. And then that way, Sunday, you can just, relax. That was nice.
Yeah.
This time, I feel like it's going to be a lot of the same, because Sunday, you won't be stressed at all watching any of the games.
Nope.
Thursday night, you won't care about the Chiefs. It'll be like, okay, the Chiefs are probably, we think the Chiefs will win, right?
Who they playing?
Who are they playing? I just did a doggone show about it.
You can look it up. It's probably somebody easy, right? So we get the Jets.
It's the Lions. It's the Lions.
Oh, come on. How does that happen?
Yeah. Right. It's the Lions. You get the Lions at home.
Thursday night football, first game of the season, Chiefs Lions with the Chiefs at home. That's the game. What is going on?
And the spread is, and that's what I'm saying. I don't even know how I just forgot it because the spread is 6.5 in favor of the Chiefs, and it's 6.5. Really, this, now we don't have to really get into it. But the thing is, I'm not sure. You might be able to make some money on it though, because I feel like Chris Jones isn't playing. That's a big deal. They don't have.
It feels
Frank
like a setup.
Defense.
It feels like
it does. It feels like, and it feels like that early, every once in a while now,
right?
Yeah, you know how before Tom Brady at the beginning of the season, the Patriots used to always kind of have those 2 or 3 games where they just don't look like the Patriots.
Yes.
And I feel like the Chiefs are kind of like that in recent years now too, where they come out and they just don't. So I don't know. Maybe that 6.5. You take them to beat the spread, and you might actually make some money on it.
Yeah, I just cannot believe that that's the game that they're opening the season with. That's a little bit lame. Right? There's got to be the Bills Jets is a better matchup. Now we're on Monday Night Football, which is great, but there's got to be somebody that weekend's got to be better than that. That's
they just want they want the champions to start off on a high, and I get it. They should.
Should they?
No, I'm just saying, because if we won a Super Bowl, I would want to start week 1 against. I mean, I would want to beat whoever, but I'm saying you would want because it's going to be the national stage to celebrate Mahomes MVP. It's going to be all of that. Yeah. So you would want to win at home on that night. So I get it.
Got it. All right. Well, we're going to talk some Buffalo Bills football. We're going to talk some roster collection. We're going to talk, I don't even know, a whole bunch of stuff, and we're just going to see where this show takes us a little bit. So, where do you want to start?
I want to start. So obviously, the 53, like you said, is set. But it's not finalized in a way. There's going to be some more gymnastics done to the just the entire roster. So I'm excited about a practice squad signing. Kirksey finally got signed. He finally came in. Well, he's not signed yet, according to Brandon Beane, pending a physical. We'll see. But he chose to come to Buffalo, where he could have signed to any active roster. Buffalo currently doesn't have a open 53 spot for him. So he chose to come to Buffalo and join the practice squad. So that should let you know that Hey, guys are now looking to come to Buffalo to win, and I know we haven't yet. We haven't yet, but we're close, man. I'm excited about the season. I don't know if I'm ready to call it and say that the Bills are going to take it yet. I don't know if I feel that yet. I gotta.
Yeah. So this is Christian Kirksey's 10th season. He'll be going into his 10th season. He's been with 3 teams: Cleveland for 6 years, Green Bay, then Houston for 2. He was a captain in Houston, and he's coming to Buffalo, we believe, to play that middle linebacker spot that I on Sunday, if you saw the reel, said there is no qualified middle linebacker to start on this football team. There isn't. And AJ Klein is now gone, right? We still don't know necessarily what we have in Terrell Bernard, and Terrell Dodson looks to possibly be to get unseated. Now the question is the Bills, I thought this was odd, they're not signing him to the active roster.
No, I was just laughing at Ralph here. He says a live lion gnawing on Mahomes' arm would be more entertaining. But no, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, you're good. But no, it was odd to me that they're signing him to the practice squad. Why? Yeah. What is the reason to sign him to the practice squad? Because anybody can scoop him off the practice squad. They can sign him to their active roster. Then the Bills have to make a move, right? So why not just put him on the active roster?
Well, I think in this case, it's one of those situations where, he chose to come here. He could have signed to any active team, to any active roster he could have signed right now. So I'm sure he had some offers. I think the relationship that he has with Jordan Poyer, and I think a couple other guys on the team from his previous years in the league, I think influenced him to want to come here. I think, like I said, the team is close. So he wants to win. And so I think at this point, yeah, teams can offer him deals, but he has to want to sign the deal. It's kind of like these parking lot deals that are made, right? Yeah. Like I can't force you to, or can you? I don't know. This is more of a question. If I'm on the practice squad and say the Jets decide they want to sign me, and I'm like, no, I don't want that contract. I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can just like force you to play off of a practice squad onto another team's active roster, right?
Well, no, yeah, they can take you, and the Bills have to, I think, match you, right? Is what happens. The Bills have to put you on their active roster. What's confusing to me is why not just sign him? Why not just sign him to the team? That's what I don't.
Well, I think the concern was the hamstring.
Oh, gotcha.
So the injury, and then I think also you do want to give him. I don't think you're not signing a guy like and I don't want to say it in a mean way. So you're not signing like a top 5 talent at that middle linebacker position. Sure. So you do want to give him a little bit of time to get acclimated with the playbook. Brendan Beane said that he's familiar with the system. So that will help, but you still want to let him get acclimated with, what his role is here, because it's still going to be different in Buffalo than it was wherever he played.
Yeah. Richard Rush says putting him on the practice squad gives the team time for him to learn the playbook. So is there an expectation for him not to play week 1?
I mean, if he's on a practice squad, I would think going into the game, they would probably give it to Bernard, you think?
Christian McCaffrey goes to the Niners, plays week 1, and has a stellar game. Baker Mayfield is signed out of the ditch in LA and goes and plays quarterback and wins week 1. But a middle linebacker can't play week 1 with 2 weeks prep.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm just saying that this is their thought process.
Jay Spencer King, don't blame me. I'm not on staff at One Bills Drive.
Do not shoot the messenger, okay? Because I'm not saying I don't agree with you. In my opinion, there's a hole at middle linebacker currently. So he's on our practice squad, or he's pending to be on our practice squad. So as the roster stands right now, we have a hole. He was signed to fill that hole, to get him on the team. So that's me, but that's their thought process.
Got it. It's all good stuff. It's a positive, and it's what we wanted to see, right? So coming off of Sunday, for me, you got to do something. That hole is bigger than tackle. That hole is bigger than QB2. The expectation is Josh Allen is not going to get hurt this season, but a middle linebacker plays every down the defense is on the field. So that guy is the most important person there is, right? So that is exciting news. What else you got for me, Jay Spence?
Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Von. He's starting on pub, and
Von Miller has lied to you about everything he's ever said.
He's been lying to me for so long.
The greatest PR machine in the league for Von Miller is Von Miller.
He is. And listen, the amount of times that he gets people to believe him on something. I just don't.
How many times have you woken up in the morning, popped on Good Morning Football, and Ian Rappaport's on there going, Von Miller said that he expects to play week 1 of the 2023 regular season.
And then when I go online and I post, or you go online, or whoever, Bruce goes online and says, yeah, it's not likely that he plays week 1, we get destroyed because they're like, well, Von knows his body better than you. Yes, he does know his body way better than me. He does. However, he tore it at Thanksgiving. You're not going to play at week 1. You're just, I get it. He's superhuman. He did it like 10 years ago. It's not happening again, man.
So good. So anyways, Von Miller.
Yeah. So he started on the PUP list. And so now the defensive line is set. All the cuts were made. The trade, Boogie's gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Boogie is gone.
Wow.
And it was for we gave them a 7th round and they gave us a 6th round.
I'm sure there's some conditions in there, but it was not what was originally reported, which was a swap of 5s, which my own social media manager gave me grief for. She's like, leave it to Joe to bring the room down. Like, no, the reality is if we give them Boogie Basham for a 5th and just a swap of 5s and the Giants finish ahead of us, or behind us rather, whatever, they finish with a better record, we lose twice on this trade. Like, so the fact that it's a 6th and a 7th helps, but you got to think that there's some conditions in there somewhere.
Man. Okay, never mind. So the defensive line. So Boogie's gone. I was about to go somewhere else. Boogie's gone.
We can live in this space because
because it's annoying, man. It's
Brandon
so annoying.
Beane said today about a 2nd-round draft pick that literally stood in front of the press and said, Boogie could have very easily made this roster. You just traded him for a 6th-round pick.
A 6th-round draft pick, man. And you gave away a draft pick with him.
So you
really didn't gain anything. You just moved up a little bit. So, and then, okay. And I think I was talking to Sarah. Sarah texted was like, well, they save like $1 million. And although you're right. Yeah, I'm like, you're right. But to me, it's like, the question is that worth it?
No.
Like, but okay. So it's annoying. When are we going to start? I got cussed out by not literally thousands, but I got cussed out by people yesterday because I'm asking the question, like, when are we going to have the conversation? Sterling and I had it on Chop Up maybe 5-6 months ago. When are we going to have the conversation about Brandon Beane not doing a very good job at drafting in rounds 2 and 3, like we've given him credit for? And really, outside of Josh Allen in round 1,
who he didn't draft, no, he did draft. He didn't draft.
He drafted Trey.
Yeah, right. He didn't draft Trey.
He didn't draft Trey. So he got Josh and Tremaine. But I'm saying, like, outside of that, because Tremaine's gone now. I think Tremaine is a success, but Tremaine's gone. To me, you draft guys, you develop that talent, and then you try to maintain it. Like, you keep your guys. He does very well in free agency. He does an amazing job with trades. He does an amazing job when he's structuring a lot of these contracts. He's a very good GM. I'm not saying that he isn't,
right?
But he is not perfect. There is something that happens to the talent that he his team scouts in rounds 2, 3, and really I could even
4,
maybe say 4. And how many guys are not on this team? And then people want to yell at me because I'm questioning. So is this guy above criticism? Daryl in the comments says you can't criticize Beane. He's bulletproof. I love Brandon Beane. I think if you search my Twitter handle and Brandon Beane's name, you'll see nothing but love. Like, it's nothing but like memes of me with heart eyes and all of this stuff about how much I love Brandon Beane, and like just cool little jokes about Brandon Beane. I love the dude, but let's be realistic, man. Like, Cody Ford just found out he made a 53 yesterday. Cody Ford was our 2nd-round draft pick.
Cody Ford, AJ Epinesa, Boogie Basham, like there's so but meanwhile, Brandon Beane steps in the batter box when the round 5 comes up, like Josh Allen at Micah Hyde's softball tournament. Like, let's go, baby!
Like, come on, man.
Why don't you could probably make an argument the Bills should just trade 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Get rid of them.
Just get rid of them.
And give us a bunch of 5s. Yeah, give us a bunch of 5s.
Freaking Dane Jackson, Levi Wallace, Gabe Davis, like all these guys, Matt Milano, all these guys, round 5.
And like I said, he's done a tremendous job with this roster. So I'm not questioning his ability to build a roster. I'm questioning his ability to draft. You can build teams different ways, but in order to maintain this relevancy like he wants to. You can't do it through free agency because when Von's contract really blows up, and Josh, and then Steph, and then you're talking about, there's some other contracts on this. You talk about Matt Milano. He took a friendly deal, but it's still an amount.
Yeah,
it's not cheap.
Jessica Tennis says they're still playing in the NFL. They're not true bust. I didn't say anybody was a bust. They're just
nobody said they're bust.
They're just not what you're looking to get in 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. So, and some of them are busts. So, I mean,
Zach Moss was gone.
Zach Moss. Yeah. Devin Singletary, who was, and the funny part is we wear Homer glasses, Homer goggles. I was thinking about this the other day, like the fact that these guys are guys we love. You and I sat here and did a roster projection for the defense, and we had a hard time figuring out if Boogie was going to be off. No way, Boogie makes this team. Boogie makes this team, right? Maybe it's AJ Epinesa, and meanwhile, Boogie's out the door, right? But they did, yeah. It's tough, dude. We are close to these players as far as not literally close to them. Like we want to see them succeed. These are our draft picks. These are our children, right? We drafted them. We love them. We want to, anyway.
We love these dudes. Yeah.
We love these dudes. Yeah. So yeah, but it's surprising. So what's going on with Bills East, the New Jersey Bills, right? So Joe Schoen is collecting all the guys that he helped draft. It's a little weird. A little weird, right?
And you know what? When I say this, because this is just how it works for the Buffalo Bills. Just literally almost every time, other than with Sammy Watkins, Boogie's going to go there. He's going to end up having a breakout year. He's going to get 16 sacks, and he's probably going to get 2 interceptions or some crazy shit like that. It's going to be insane. And then we're going to be like, why didn't we keep Boogie? And it's just how it works. But good luck to Boogie, man. I'm so happy for him. Whether it was him or AJ Epinesa, I'm happy for whoever to get another opportunity in this league. They're both good guys. We're just all this debating and stuff that we do. We just want the team to win. That's all.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yes, you want, and for me, I want the best, 11 guys on the field at any given moment. So that's if we get the best 11 guys at any given moment, then that's the most important thing to me. And everything else is water under the bridge. But it's just strange. Andy Isabella makes the practice squad. Surprised. I was surprised he was cut, especially with, Shorter came on the roster to effectively get moved off for PUP due to his hamstring, but I was surprised Andy Isabella didn't make the roster, and excited that he came back to the practice squad. So you've got the list up there. You want me to just go through them? The Buffalo Bills today signed to their practice squad Eli Anku, which to me is not a surprise. Marcel Aitman, Kyron Brown, Cameron Klein. I can never get this name. Is it Garage? Richard Garage?
Mm-hmm.
Garage. Yep. Jamarcus Ingram, Andy Isabella, Kevin Jarvis, Ty Johnson, Greg Mance, Tyrell Shavers, Brian Thompson, Kendall Vickers, and Joel Wilson. Who on that list?
Beane, and also Brandon Beane mentioned that he's working on a quarterback who will more than likely be announced tomorrow.
Yes, and what's always strange to me is they get these practice squad rosters filled out. So you didn't make the team, but we want to bring you back to the practice squad, and then it's like Christian Kirksey's available. Sorry, Ty Johnson, you're gone.
yeah. And I mean, it's not funny. We're not laughing for guys losing their job. It's more so it's just a cutthroat business, and it's one of those things where it's just And how many teams did we see? I think I saw the Packers, and I saw a couple other teams wish a guy a happy birthday and then cut him.
I did not see that.
It happened 3 or 4 times over the last week, and it's just how do you go on social and actually make you took time to make a graphic?
Yes.
No.
Yes. So it was funny because Reed Ferguson was on Good Morning America 2 days ago before cutdown day. So he was on Good Morning America Monday morning or Tuesday morning, maybe. It was one of those days, and then he gets cut. And I was waiting for Good Morning America to put something out, not understanding what was going on. Even my dad texted me. He's like, who's going to snap the ball? We don't have a long snapper. I was like, Dad, Reed gets cut every year. He gets cut every year.
Dude, Mimi hit me. Mimi Fina. She was like, what in the world is happening? She was like, why? And I was like, it's okay. But you know what? He does every single year. And you know what? It looks like Isaiah McKenzie is the newest version of that for another team out in Indianapolis.
If he doesn't end up on a team, are you going to have to buy a Bills McKenzie jersey when
they picked him back up? He was signed. They cut him so they
parking lot
on the practice guy. Yep, and then they re-signed him.
They parking lot. I was going to say, because Isaiah Hodgins is getting, what's the number? 286, 486, 386? What's the number?
It was 4, but
I think it was
he's gonna get it.
386.
I'll get the jersey. It's okay. I might as well get it now, so that way by the time when he comes to Buffalo, you can get it signed from me. That's what I want.
Dude, I'm struggling. I told somebody, so somebody that I work with is a Bills and Giants fan. He's from New York City and lived in Rochester for a long time. His wife's family is all from Rochester. So every time.
Wait, how they beat us in the Super Bowl? How can you?
And he said when the Bills played the Giants in the Super Bowl, I was the only one in the house rooting for the Giants. But every time we're on a Teams call, he says "Go Bills" and everything else. And he's literally talking to me just about that. And I was like, bro, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's a chance that like if Isaiah does well, that I might buy a different jersey than the Bills for the first time in my life. Like I might buy a Hodgins jersey just to have one. So yeah, it'll be wild. But yeah, week 6? Is that when it is? He might have 400 yards by week 6.
Okay, let's relax, Joe.
He even said the dude even said to me, the guy that I work with, he's like, all of us for the Giants are really excited about this kid. Like
they should be
really.
They should be. He's fun, and his work ethic and the way he's worked himself into a position to really be a contributor for that team is impressive. And this is one of those. This is just one of those decisions where we're talking about, we're talking about Brandon Beane getting rid of a player who, you know what, Bruce. You for those listening by podcast, I'm sorry I stopped in the middle of my thought there, but Bruce says Isaiah Hodgins is to Joe what Cam Newton is to Spence. You know that I think that is the perfect way to describe your love for Isaiah, and because I think everybody understands my love for Cam. I bought 2 Patriots jerseys. We already did it. Yeah, we already did it, Bruce.
A month ago.
Yeah, we already got the over under bet. And really, I took it. I think he's going to get the over. I think he's gonna do it. But I took it just to make it interesting, and I'll buy his jersey. So I think we got to come up with a different bet, like an actual real bet for something else this season. Shout out to the big dog, my man Matt. Buffalo Rumblings ace top dog at the top says Hodgins still wouldn't make the Bills roster this season, and Joe is fuming. I see nothing but steam coming from the top of his head. But before
there's a guy in this roster that I just want to know what he's done to make the football team.
Well, wait, before we get your reaction on that, I have a quick message. Bills Mafia is back. Are you ready for it? The 3rd annual Buffalo Rumblings IPA beer release party is going down September 16th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Resurgence Brewing Company located downtown at 55 Chicago Street. I'm going to tell you what, you do not want to miss this event. Come out and hang with Joe, Sarah, and the rest of the Buffalo Rumblings crew for the Megapod. You're going to want to bring your questions and be a part of the live stream. Get involved. It's going to be live. And this year, we're also going to have our friends from Fans of Buffalo joining the party and sponsoring the fun. They're going to be in the house to provide you with all the information you need to make your away game day experience the easiest and the most smooth that you've ever had in your life. I can promise you, they do their job very well. So make sure you make it out Saturday, September 16th, 6 p.m., Resurgence Brewing Company, 55 Chicago Street. Go Bills. Go Bills. I'm ready. I can't wait for that, man.
I don't need to say anything. The comment section is arguing for me. So
the comment section is going at it. Walter says, "Ouch, you triggered Joe with that comment, Matt." So Joe, let me ask you. So how do you feel right now with the talent? Because a lot of people think people in Buffalo, people outside of Buffalo feel like Buffalo actually did upgrade their wide receiver room this year.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So with the roster that we have this year being upgraded, do you think Isaiah comes back? Like if he was in this training camp, you think he makes his roster?
For sure. Over to Khalil Shakir? Yes, I think so. But we're also talking about a situation. I don't even understand what the Bills are worried about. They're worried. So they weren't worried that Isaiah was going to get scooped off the roster, but they're worried that Shakir is going to, who had 10 receptions last year, doesn't play special teams, can't block when he's on the field. Like I hope Khalil Shakir finds his way onto the field and like dominates. But if I'm a betting man, Andy Isabella is the guy.
They going wild in these comments, man. they getting that mad about that. That's.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, yeah. So it's no. If we're gonna focus on the wide receiver room, the Brandon Beane has done a phenomenal job with the wide receiver. Like Trent Sherfield is great. Deontay Hardy was a great pickup. You know, 2 guys that I barely even knew who they were when the Bills picked them up, and now I'm super excited about them. I like the shorter pick. Like, there's a lot of opportunity and potential. The Bills go into the season with more than 2 boundary wide receivers, which is big for me. I still don't think that's talked about enough for what they did last year. Walter S. says, devil's advocate, Shakir did nothing to get cut either. Well, he didn't have a great camp or preseason. Shakir earned more playing time than Hodgins did in how many years? I mean, there was a completely different roster then. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders was on this team. Cole Beasley was on this team.
Well, and it was the same amount of time.
Andy was injured.
Rookie year, he was injured, and then
Hodgins got drafted knowing they were going to have to shut him down his rookie season. That's why he went in the 6th round. He was graded out to be a 3rd round draft pick, but he fell because he loses rookie season and did. And then he had a PCL in his 2nd season, which he was injured for about 6 weeks and then just couldn't get on the field. Tasker, go ahead.
Yeah, Jessica, shout out to Jessica. She's in here all the time, man.
All the time.
Good people. Yeah. She says Tasker had Isabella over Shakir, and Tasker was a wide receiver. I think a lot of us I absolutely had Isabella over Shakir, but I think that's coming from a place of me looking at the team and wanting guys who can make things happen with the ball. And I know what we've seen from Shakir in college is that he could, but last season, what we saw from him with opportunities is that a lot of times he was looked over. He made some good plays. He made I don't want to say a lot because that's stretching it and making it sound like he was a major part of the offense, but he made some good plays and some key moments where it was like, okay, he made some good 3rd down receptions, a few down the field. I think the Dolphins game, I think he made a big play. So, he's a receiver that everybody wants the potential. Like we're excited about him because we're excited about the potential. But then when you look at a player like Andy Isabella, and you saw him in camp have a better camp than Shakir. You saw him play better in the games than Shakir. So it just makes you say, well, I want the guy that's playing better. At least that's me. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. Let's move on. I don't want every episode of the Hump Day Hotline this year to be about Isaiah Hodgins, even though I did last year. I did a Hodgins watch for every Wednesday. So where I just talked about how we did that week. But yeah.
Well, in a way it will be because we got to have our Hodgins tracker for our bet. So like every week we'll update it. So I mean, it's going to be, you know what? We just got to get him on one time. That's like when he breaks it. Like and then that way you both can clown me. Like Spence really bet against us, man. He said that you were. I'd be like, dang, man, you gonna put me on black? We got the whole thing planned. It's gonna be fly, bro. Like let's just do it. Get him on
for sure. We'll So moving on. What's next?
Really, you know what? We can go anywhere you want, but the place that I really want. Have you caught up on Hard Knocks yet?
I have not. I'm behind. This week.
Okay. Well, I won't go there then.
But let's talk about this Jets football game. I mean, I know we're going to talk a little bit about it next week as well, obviously leading into the season opener. Where are you at? I mean, Aaron Rodgers had moments in that first preseason game where he looked like Aaron Rodgers, and the other times when he, it was a little challenging. It was a preseason game. As preseason games go, it was one, which is what I've said about all the Bills games. Garrett Wilson looks like a nightmare.
That dude is a stud.
But I mean, where are you at on that game? Like, and now with Dalvin, so I had a fantasy draft. I'm sure you've had several. Like Dalvin Cook went way late. Like people are taking Breece Hall over him. Like where does Dalvin Cook fit in that offense?
See, to me, I think for the first half of the season, maybe first 4 or 5 games of the season, I think Dalvin Cook is going to get the bulk of the carries. So I think really, I mean, long term, depending on what you're drafting in like a dynasty or something, I would go Breece Hall. But I mean, early on, man, like you absolutely, if you can get Dalvin Cook late, man, get him. Because early on, Breece Hall, he's playing, he's back. But, running backs especially, the only one that I've seen come back after an ACL and just beasted was Adrian Peterson. Nobody else in history has come back from an ACL tear and looked like that. So I just think Breece Hall is going to take a little bit of time. I mean, even different positions. Look at Trey. Look at every professional athlete the year after an ACL tear, they come back and they're just not the same. So, I would absolutely be looking at Dalvin Cook.
I don't know how Dalvin Cook isn't the workhorse. I don't know. Like, I know Breece Hall. Yes, it's going to take Breece Hall, as you said, like 6 weeks, 7 weeks to kind of get up to speed. They're a confusing team to me that worry me. Like that team, I'm a little worried for opening week. I think that's a game that's a really, really out of the box tough matchup for the Buffalo Bills. Not that the Rams weren't last year, And the Bills went into LA and not housed them, but like they had control of that game. There wasn't a moment in that game where it wasn't under control, and that's with Aaron Donald on the field. There's just a lot, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm blitzed by the Hard Knock stuff, right? I mean, they always do a very good job of. I mean, they did it with the Lions last year. They made the Lions come into the season looking like, man, these guys are ready to roll. Like the Lions are going to roll, and the Lions didn't. They didn't roll. So
they didn't. They didn't. And I mean, first of all, can I just say about the Lions? I hope they roll to open this one. I just want to say I hope that the Lions roll, like beat the Chiefs. Just
100%.
Okay, but back to the Jets. Look, I don't think many people are gonna like how I think the season's gonna start. I think the Buffalo Bills are gonna start with an L. And I don't think it's because we're not a better football team. I think that it's an away game. It's against a division rival, and then it's always tough. I think they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And then I think when you upgrade the quarterback position as much as they did from what they had last season, I think it's just going to be tough to figure out what that offense looks like without really seeing Aaron Rodgers on film with these guys and with this offense. So I think it's going to be a difficult one unless Josh kills it. And, I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's by any means like a blowout or nothing like that. But I just think the Buffalo Bills start off with an L and then come back and beat Vegas and then go on a run. Like I think so. I'm not saying that the Bills are going to lose like a bunch of games. I think they're going to go on a run. It's probably maybe 3 games all year that we lose.
That's the one thing we have not done. And this is totally off script. Bills schedule.
It is.
We have not done a schedule. I haven't done a schedule prediction with anybody. So normally Fina and I at least do one.
You've been too busy. You've been on the lake. You've been just
third down, baby.
Yeah, third down, and that's coming later. I got it queued up. Don't worry, I got it queued up.
So you got the Bills losing in New York. It's not. Let
me try to find a graphic while you're going.
It's not a graphic for
the Bills schedule. I'll throw it up on the.
Gotcha. Well, I can share my screen. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Present. Share screen. Bill schedule, and boom. Look at that. Okay. Fancy. Look at how tech savvy this 50-year-old man is. Not bad. Oh, I think I can zoom it in too. Can I zoom? I can zoom it. Check that out. It's the little things.
The things that make us happy.
That's right. So the Bills play the Jets. So I think the Bills split with the Jets. Absolutely. I just wonder if it's going to be another one of those weird years where it's like we split, but the home team loses. Oh, there you go. You got a much better graphic than I got. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yeah, and I kind of think that's what's going to happen. We're in New Jersey, so it's home for them. It's a big night. It's the first, so I just think they take this one, and that's okay.
So you got the Bills losing to the Jets week 1. Yep. I absolutely believe the Bills beat the Raiders opening week home for the home opener on the 17th, which all of us will be in Buffalo. And Sterles is coming back too, right?
Yeah, and I think we dog walk the Raiders. And I don't think we just beat them. I think we dominate and dog walk the Raiders.
And the Bills Commanders game is a dub. It's the funny thing is depending on how that loss looks against the Jets is going to determine how that conversation goes up until the clock hits zeros on the Raiders Bills game, right? So I mean, if the Jets come in and basically take us apart, right? So Cincinnati Bengals playoff game takes us apart. It's not going to be fun that week at all. Like I'll be avoiding the television and won't want to talk like in any of these shows. If it's a close game and it's a contest and the Jets come out and they play well and the Bills come out and they play well and it comes down to the wire and it's, within 3 points, can you be upset if the Bills lose that game?
Yeah.
If it's close, you can be upset. You just predicted them to lose.
Well, I mean, I predict them to lose. It doesn't mean that you can't be upset. I mean, we were mad about a second preseason game, Joe. We're going to be mad, So, but I just think it's because it's going to be one of those. And you know what? T. Dobbs in the comments just said exactly what it is. They can't lose the opener. the media will go nuts and crown Rodgers and the Jets with the Super Bowl after one game. They can't let that happen. But I think that's exactly what happens.
It would be amazing if that happened and Josh Allen came to the podium and went, relax.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. So okay, so we got Jets. Well, I got Jets. You got a win or a loss?
Oh, I don't even know. I feel like I should go against you just so we don't have the same exact prediction. So I'm going to say the Bills win that football game. I think the Bills, I think they do a very good job of showing up in prime time.
They do. And Josh is big time on primetime games.
Right.
Big time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the Bills win. So yes. So I got the Bills 3-0 after the Commanders game. Dolphins at Bills October 1.
And listen, I can see that. And with me predicting that it's a loss, trust me, I want to be wrong. I'm not. So I would love to be 3-0 and then Miami week 4, right? Because I'm with you with the next 2 games. So week 4, what do you feel about Miami in Buffalo?
Son of a gun, dude. Like this is the Bills have a freaking tough schedule. Like I want to just believe, right? Like it's the scene with the Bruce from my brain is not working, from Braveheart. Like I want to believe as he does. Like I want to believe that the Bills can beat the Dolphins and the Jets that early in the season. And I think they can. I just can't see I'm a homer, dude. I can't see the Dolphins beating the Bills in Buffalo.
Okay. I'm with you there. I don't think, but see, I'm also right now, I'm of the mindset that I don't think that the Dolphins are as good as advertised. So, because I think last season they were
Christian Wilkins playing in that football game. Is Christian Wilkins playing?
That's a good question. Because that's a huge loss.
If he is not playing, I don't think they win. So, I don't think the Dolphins can beat the Bills if Christian Wilkins is not playing.
Well, I don't think they come into Buffalo and win anyways. So I don't think. I know it was close in the playoffs. I know what Dolphins fans like to say, but they're not coming into Buffalo.
I was at the gym today, mind you. Cut down day was yesterday, so that Fred Taylor, that Jonathan Taylor trade had to happen yesterday. I said in the gym today, if the Dolphins had gotten Jonathan Taylor, like Super Bowl champions, just crown them. That's how I felt if they had gotten Jonathan Taylor.
See, I felt like that about us. And I know I don't think we need Jonathan Taylor, but I really feel like, if you add that type of weapon to the run game for Buffalo, that's literally the only offensive weapon we don't have. I think James Cook is good, and I think he's going to be very good. He's not going to be the year that Jonathan Taylor dominated the NFL. Like, he's not going to be that good.
Did you see that tweet? Did you see that tweet I sent yesterday?
Which one? You had Twitter fingers yesterday, Joe. You was out there.
Which not true. Let me see if I can cue it up. By the way, have you seen the Josh Allen commercial yet? We might have to show that.
Man. I love that commercial. That commercial is awesome.
We might have to show that commercial just to show that commercial. Hang on a second. So pulling it up. So get ready to cue your picture back up again, because I'm going to take a stop screen share. Oh, you did already. It won't give me. Oh, there we go. Share screen. So this is hilarious. So tell me if you've seen this or not. So he started doing jujitsu so he could learn to fall. Have you seen this yet?
His rollover. Yeah.
It's amazing. And dirt nap.
It's like oh, there it is. So for those watching or listening by podcast, we're watching a play from the Dolphins and Jaguars preseason game where it was a high snap and the ball went over to his head, and he runs to try to recover the ball, and all the falling training that he had just goes out the window. He just takes a mouthful of dirt, and then somebody just lands right on top of him. It's amazing. Yeah.
Brother takes a dirt nap big time. That is amazing. Oh, you can put that back up. Sorry about that.
So I think we both agree that we're gonna beat the Dolphins. So then it's our international series, and we are going.
Dude, listen, mother truckers, Buffalo Bills. I'm going to Europe. You better freaking win that football game.
Oh, damn. Okay. They brought it out of Joe.
If I spend all that money to go to Europe, you boys better show up too. I don't want to see anybody running for the bus 5 minutes into the game. Like we'd rather be any place else but here.
I hate the international series though, man. I just feel like one or both teams just have horrible. It's so rare that like both teams play well. Like just going back to as far as I can remember them doing it. Even like I don't know, like they just never play well. I hate it.
Believing in the Jaguars is like believing in the Browns and the Lions. Do you believe in the Jaguars?
I do.
What?
I do. That offense, dude, are you kidding me?
Show over. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned in to the Hump Day.
Hey, we can get on. We can get on because I'm just saying, dude, have you seriously, have you paid attention to everything that they've done or something?
I just don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I do not believe in Trevor Lawrence.
Dude, that's a cold dude right there, man. Like that's a cold dude. And then adding, so the offense already took a major step forward last season, and then you're gonna add Calvin Ridley. Are you kidding me?
I agree, Calvin. Oh. Yes, I agree on Calvin Ridley. I just have a hard time. Like, I have a hard time with the Jags. Like, they're just man. So what do you got? European game.
I'm gonna go L.
Oh, don't do this to me.
See,
this is the moment I'm regretting calling the Bills Jets win. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0. I find it hard to believe the Bills are going to start the first 5 games 5-0. I think there's a loss in there somewhere. I just don't know which game it is.
I got 2 in there, so I agree with you.
I'm 5-0. I'm going to end this season 17-0, baby.
You are.
The Giants at the Bills, 8:20 p.m. So that's if you are a Bills season ticket holder, that is a game to sell your tickets for, because Giants fans pay big money. When the Bills were like crappy during the drought, Giants fans would come to Buffalo and pay big money for their tickets.
Yeah.
For the tickets, but like I used to get like $320 a seat back then. But anyways, especially if you don't like night games. But the Bills win this game, right? I've got them at 6-0. Like, this is I've turned into Howard Simon. The Bills are winning every game. You're 4-2. So you got the Bills beating the Giants as well. Patriots, Bills, come on. I'm 7-0, baby.
Week 8.
Week 8, you got Bucks, Bills. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. You getting a jersey? You getting a New Jersey?
You know what? I just might get a Baker jersey. I might just do it. And I'm not even joking. I think I might look for I want a game worn jersey. Yeah, I want a game worn Baker.
I'm trying to come up with a quip. So is that like where the trash has gone into the bag and then you've emptied the bag?
No, I'm gonna go online after this. I'm gonna find a game worn Baker Mayfield jersey. That's what I want.
It's got like grease and like eggshells inside it. Like we're talking about right now, like some beers, stale beers, cigarette ashes. Like,
but you got this one as a win for the Bills, right? So you're at 8-0.
God, I hope so. The Buccaneers and Bills. I think the Bills lose to the Bengals. You're shaking your head, yes, but you're not talking.
Well, no, you said lose to the Bengals. I think this year we are a different team than we were last year, because this is week 9. We have Micah Hyde. I also think that Von Miller will be back by week 9. So I'm going to give the Buffalo Bills a win against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think it's going to be convincing. I don't think it's going to be close. I think Josh Allen is on a mission this year to embarrass anybody that anyone has compared him to, and I think the first victim that he already has 8 games before this, but I think the first victim that he feels offended by is going to be Joe Burrow week 9, and we're going to see one of those games. You know those games that he used to have in Miami where he has like 4 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns? He's going to have one of those games where he has like 80 yards rushing, 365 yards passing, no interceptions. It's going to be something ridiculous like that. And I don't care if y'all think this is a crazy take. I don't care. Y'all could take it. Y'all could post it. Y'all could pin it. Y'all could do whatever y'all want to do to it. Take a picture. It'll last longer. I don't care. It's happening. It's happening. I got the Buffalo Bills with a dub there. So right now I'm sitting, where are we at? 7-2.
I'm at 8-1, but they got to stop the Bengals first.
They going to stop them.
Because the Bengals, more than any other team in the NFL, know how to beat this defense.
But guess what? They don't know how to beat them with Micah Hyde. They don't know how to beat them with a healthy Von Miller. They don't. I'm telling you. And the trade that we got this year is not the trade that came back last year. I'm just trying to tell you what's about to happen, man. Josh is about to be on a mission. It's about to go down. And y'all ain't got to believe it. I'm telling you. See, now, I'm telling you. When we play these damn Bengals, I want y'all to come back to this this one right here. I want y'all to come back to this one, because I'm gonna post it. Joe, I'm gonna post it.
You should post it. You use your Twitter fingers and post
Twitter
it.
fingers. So you got Bengals for a loss. So we're gonna lose there. So you're at 8-1. I'm at 7-2.
8-1. They beat the Broncos 9-1.
Yep, I'm with you there.
Jets.
This time around, I got to win.
I think they beat well, I guess I called them to split. So I guess I'm at what, 9-2.
Eagles.
The Eagles, Jalen Hurts, who's basically running the Josh Allen offense. Where do you buy into the Eagles? I know they went to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they're a bad football team, but do you buy into who they are, or do you see I don't want to use the word collapse, but do you see them playing this season not as well as they played last year, which happens a lot in the NFL? Team comes out, they flash, they look good, go to the Super Bowl, fade.
That is exactly what I think will happen. I think that, and I also think that we're going to see a realization about the same thing that happened with the Bills kind of last year. Like now the Bills aren't the darling of the NFL, and so this is the year they made it to the Super Bowl. They didn't quite win. Everybody's expecting Jalen Hurts to turn into the next one to enter into that Patrick Mahomes conversation than Josh Allen, and they're expecting him to get into that conversation. I think we're going to realize that he's not quite the quarterback that everybody thinks he is. He's good. He's a very good player, but he's not a quarterback of that caliber. And I think we're going to see that this season. I do not have them going to the Super Bowl again. I don't have them being as that. They're going to win the division. They'll win their division, but I don't have them being like, I think what was it? It wasn't until like week 15 that they lost their first game or something, right?
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Not this year.
They don't have quite the cake schedule this year either. So you've got the Bills beating the Eagles in Philly 4:25 on November 26th.
I sure do.
I'm going to take an L there only because I think the Bills beat the Chiefs the next week.
Okay.
4:25 December 10th.
I think we beat the Chiefs anyway.
So I have seen 4 Bills games in that stadium, and I have grown to love that crowd and that fan base. Like that crowd is just, there probably isn't a better crowd, in my opinion, in the NFL aside from the Bills, right? When you talk about just being in sync with each other and understanding what's going on and moments and situations, they're right there with the Bills. It's just another level. But I think the Bills beat the Chiefs that week. I think they beat them. The Bills do a good job of beating the Chiefs regular season. I think they do it again. I've got the Bills. What do I have them? 3 losses now. What week is that?
That was.
So I'm at 10-3. What are you at?
Wait, where's the 3 losses?
I got them losing to the Eagles, Jets, and did I?
Oh, you had them losing to the Eagles.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I was for that. I completely blanked out then because I didn't hear any of that. Sorry, I have us beating the Eagles. Yeah.
I've got them losing to the Eagles, beating the Chiefs.
Okay, so we're gonna beat the Eagles. I got us beating the Chiefs as well.
Nice. What are you at? I'm at 13-3. Are you at 13-3?
No, I have 2 losses at this point.
2. Wow. So I've lapped you. Cowboys, Bills. Bills win that football game.
Yep.
Bills, Chargers in L.A.
I think this is another victim.
At some point in time, the Chargers have to become something, right? They've got talent on that football team.
Yeah, it just won't be against the Bills.
Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert. They've got Bosa on the defense. They've got good freaking football players.
Amazing team. An amazing team, but it just won't be against the Bills.
What are the chances the Chargers rise up and they actually own that division over the Chiefs this year? 0?
I give it more like a 10% chance. I think Justin Herbert is very talented. He's a good quarterback.
Very much so.
He's a good quarterback, but this game is going to the Bills.
I agree. It's tough for me to agree. This is one that I'm going to be nervous about. I think the Bills beat. When was the last time we played the Chargers? COVID year, right? No. Did we play them COVID year? Had to be 4 years ago, COVID year.
We did play them COVID year. We did. That was the one where Josh had the phantom interception where he threw it and we caught it, but the guy ripped it out. And
no, that was the Rams. That was a Rams game.
Yeah.
But we did. That was, if I'm not mistaken, was this the game where Josh threw the first down on 4th down to Cole Beasley, 22 yards down the field, up the middle of the field? Is that what this game was?
Yeah.
This is the game where Bosa whipped him into the turf, where he whipped, where Joey Bosa whipped a 245-pound, 6'6" quarterback into the dirt. I remember. Yeah. So I think the Bills win that football game too. So I'm at no, what am I at? 15-3, right? Bills Patriots win.
15-3. Ain't no 18 games, bro.
Oh, sorry. Where am I at? So 17, 15, 12-3. Bills
We're at
Patriots.
16. So yeah.
Bills beat the Patriots, unless they're resting players, which they shouldn't
be.
So
I'm at 14-2.
And then how hot is it going to be on January 27th in Miami? We going to that game?
More than likely I will be in Miami.
I didn't say you. I said we. Are we going to that game?
If you're going, I'll go. So yes.
Miami in January? Beth will probably want to go.
Heck yeah.
I mean, we might have to make that happen.
Heck yeah. I think we lose that game though. That's the last game of the season. I
agree.
The Bills will have the division wrapped up. I think the Bills will be looking forward to the playoffs to probably play Josh Allen for, half the quarter or maybe for the first quarter, and then the Dolphins do what they have to do, or maybe they are an embarrassment like they were a few years ago and can't beat our backups. So maybe that's what happens. Who knows? Because the Dolphins are the Dolphins. So, but yeah, so that's how I got to the 14-3 this year. It is a tough schedule, but I think everybody is ignoring the fact that the Buffalo Bills are a tough team, and by tough I don't mean that we're a tough team like a bully, but I think offensively we're dominant. And I don't think that it's, I don't even think that it's a question. We're dominant. And then on defense, when, I get it. Some people were complaining we didn't do much this year. We had a couple free agency signings, but guess what? You can look at it like this if you want. You signed an all-pro safety in Micah Hyde. We didn't have him last year. We have him this year. That's a big deal. Second half of the season and in the playoffs, we didn't have Von Miller. We're going to get him back around week 5, week 6. You're going to – I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man.
Did Von say that or did somebody else say that?
Von didn't say that. Von is starting week 1 according to Von. Per sources. Per Von Miller. He's ready for week 1.
Per source.
Per source.
I'm source.
So yeah, so it's just we're a different team than we were last year down the stretch because our guys are going to be back. If we can be healthy, which I think we're going to be, I'm excited to see Jordan and Micah back together. I'm excited to see Trey be Trey. I'm excited to see Taylor Rapp be a part of this defense. Like that's depth, that like starting caliber depth that we didn't have before.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Puna Ford, who's buried on the depth chart, but I think he is. I think he has an opportunity to be a force. Jordan Phillips is going to be back healthy this year, which is big. I still think there's a question mark on this defense as it pertains to middle linebacker and the shift of obviously coach calling the defense. So did you listen to Coach's presser today, or did you see him on Good Morning Football?
I didn't get a chance to watch the entire thing. I saw a certain clip and then I saw him like doing his
hilarious
working out. Yeah.
He was very pointed, but not purposefully responding to a question about, they asked him, are you excited to call the defense? Are you excited to be doing that effectively again? And he responded with, now it's been very much believed by Bills Mafia and even some of the media that, this is Sean McDermott's team. This is Sean McDermott's defense. And even though Leslie Frazier was here, he was kind of a figurehead. They're running Sean McDermott's defense, and Sean McDermott is calling everything, and Sean McDermott is deciding who plays and who doesn't play. And Sean McDermott the whole time. And even though like the defense is flopped when it was most important, it's all Sean McDermott's fault. It's not Leslie Frazier. And now Leslie Frazier's gone and everybody's worried. And Sean, all that to say this, Sean, which I hope I drove that home well enough. Sean basically said, it's been great getting to know the players much better. It's been great getting to know and being connected to the coaching staff much better. It's been great being able to put my fingerprint, is what he said, on this defense. Which, and I don't think that he said that to combat what the fans believe about whose fault 13 seconds was, if that makes sense. So I'm interested to see I feel like the defense is going to be more aggressive. I feel like the defense is going to be, it's not going to be quite shootout based. I feel like I want to believe that it's not going to be, we play nickel 4-2. We don't need to really game plan. We're just going to fix the mistakes we made last week against whatever game we played and make sure that we are ready to play this week. I think there's going to be way more film study. I think there's going to be way more trying to take away what offenses do best. I think there's going to be more game planning versus we're going to roll our guys out there.
That's my concern, though, Joe. So my concern is, with him saying hey, I'm looking forward to putting my prints on the defense. I'm looking forward to okay, cool. I hear that, and that's great. But in the preseason, and it's the preseason, in the preseason, the game that we saw him call plays, we looked awful.
Not the first one. He looked great in the first one.
Well, that second one was the most penalties that I've ever seen from a Buffalo Bills team over the last 5 years.
The offense.
I mean, just in general, the team in general, it was defensive penalties too.
But 10 of the 13 or 9 of the 13 were on the offense.
Okay, and I'll give you. So I mean, offense. Yeah. But still, like as a head coach, even though you're not calling the offense, you're paying attention to that. You're paying there's certain things that the management, the people management aspect of the job. Are you going to lose sight of that? Are we going to be a team that's not as disciplined as we should be now because the coach is paying attention to the defensive side only? I don't think this is going to be a problem. I'm just being devil's advocate here, giving something, giving you something to think about. But I'm excited to see Sean call the defense, man. I think the first, because like you mentioned, the first preseason game, the defense was blitzing and they were they were everywhere, man. Like they were aggressive. So if that's what we're getting from him, bring it on.
I'm just putting it out there that it could be good. It also, where I was going with that is it could be bad.
Could be bad.
And I'm not saying this offense can't outscore guys, but I don't want to go into a season. To me, the opportunity to win a Super Bowl, the odds go down if we're having to win 35-32 every week or 40-38, right? To me, at some point in time, your offense is not going to be able to execute. Somebody's going to figure something out, or somebody's going to have a bad day. Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, as much as we love him, still fumbles a lot in the NFL, right? Like he doesn't lose many. Joe, and all of a sudden the INT bug has grabbed him. But
Joe, you can't do that, man.
No, I'm not jinxing him.
No, not jinxing him. You can't talk about Josh Allen fumbling or intercepting, doing anything negative. We can't criticize our players.
Okay. I didn't get that memo from Rumblings.
Well, I'm just letting you know. We can't criticize Josh Allen.
Okay. Noted.
He fumbles too much, and he throws the ball. He throws the ball to the other team in the red zone too much. Clean it up.
Recently.
Clean it up, man, and you'll be the MVP. I know you don't. I know it's a Super Bowl that we care about, but clean it up. Just take what the defense gives you every time. Take the easy. I know it sounds crazy. Take the easy. Whatever's the easiest. Every single play, take it. You'll be MVP. You'll also win at the Super Bowl.
Somebody needs to show him the tape from the COVID year, because that's what it was. All of his taking what the defense gave him opened up all the other stuff that was down the field. That's why he was so incredible that year. And then it's just gone away the last 2 years. But we are a little bit of an ADD moment there. Squirrel chasing the squirrel. But it's time. Here. It's time, right? So stick around for Line to Gain with Sarah and Jerry Ostrowski. But any final comments before I get us out of
here? Please make sure that y'all plan to participate in all the events on the 16th of September. There's so many things happening. There's another pod happening downtown with Cover One, and I think a couple other groups are going to be down there. Then we have the beer release, and then Matt and Ryan have their event. So it's so much going on at home opener weekend. Please get out, support somebody, have some fun, and let's be what Buffalo's supposed to be, right? Like what's the nickname for the city? Like the
good neighbors.
Let's be that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned into the Hump Day Hotline on the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network. My name is Joe Miller, one of the hosts of this show, alongside Jay Spence the King. I'm out of breath. You can find him on Twitter at Jay Spence the King. Love you. Appreciate hanging out with us. Stick around, or I should say jump over to Line to Gain with Sarah and Jerry Ostrowski. We'll talk to you guys soon. Go Bills.
Go Bills.